Hey everybody! So today we're going to make a stretch bracelet. I've been working on bracelets the past few days and I thought I'd show you how to make one of these bracelets. Now I've got some Christmas ones made up and this pretty little thing for fall. So let's do a bracelet. It's really simple. We're going to use some black elastic cord. And I've got the bags here so I remember what these are called. Check glass 10mm nugget cut. And these are the green. And these are, I pulled out just the bronze colored in these because I thought these would look pretty with those check green ones. But these are check glass beads, round Drux 6mm, and they come in a little bag of different colors. And I'm going to make a little dangle, and I'm going to use the check glass round melon beads. They look like little melons. And one of these check glass beads, the round, in a green color. Let me see if you can see that a little better. And so we're going to start with, we're going to cut. Now when you do this, you tie it off, you're going to lose about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So I want to make this about 8.5, 8.25 inches. That'll bring it to about 7.5 inches once it's all tied off and done. So you just take your ruler and you measure that out. And grab my scissors here. And you just cut that piece off. And then you've got your piece to work with. Now, I've also got a couple of these little bead bugs. These are great. You put it on the end of what you're working on so you don't lose all your beads off the other side. And trust me, I will do it. So I always have these little bead bugs handy. You just open it and put that in there. Let me get my glasses on because I can't see what I'm doing over here. Yeah, just like that. And then your beads won't fall off. And I'm hoping I have enough of these beads. I have more in a bag. So if I don't, I'll get some more out. But I bought 2 strands and this is 1 strand here. So hopefully that will be enough. And I'm going to make, when I make the little end piece, I'm going to go ahead, the little dangle, I'm going to put it on the end of here. Now you just want to feed that right through the hole in your beads and out the other side. And pull it through. Trying to do this to where you can see it. But my hands tend to get in the way. You can see that hole. I'm just taking it straight through. Now you can use a needle for this too, but I don't really find it necessary. But I'm going to put 2 of those. And since I've got less of these bronze ones, I'm going to do a 2 to 1. 2 of those. And then 1 of these. And these do go through because I tested it. But of course, I'm on camera, so it wants to give me a hard time. Well, gotta find my hole. Oh, let me trim that end a little bit, make it a little bit of an angle, and that might help. And that bead hole, that one might be cut a little smaller. Sometimes they are. And you just got to find the ones that it'll go through. And of course, now it's going to make a liar out of me, not go through any of them. This is the fun of making jewelry. You can completely try things out and you'll find one bead it'll work on. And then it don't want to work on any others. So since that doesn't seem to be wanting to go through there. I'm going to go find some beads that will go through, and I will be right back. Okay. So instead, I'm going to use these little glass beads that came in a tube. And I picked out some kind of opaque bronze ones. And we're going to use those instead. They have a bigger hole, so I know I'm not going to have a problem with those. We're just going to put one on there. And then we're going to do 2 of these. Boy, I'll tell you, they don't want to cooperate with me on screen today. And I was playing with this earlier, so I know these work. My goodness. Isn't that always the way when you're trying to show somebody it decides it's not going to work? As long as you're doing it yourself, it works just fine. Okay. Just flatten down a little bit there. Alright, there we go. My tip was just a little frayed. And put 1, 2, and then 1 of these. We'll do 2 more. And that is something good to look for, is whether your ends are getting frayed a little bit. And it helps to leave a little bit of extra length in case you do need to trim those edges. And if you trim, just trim the tiniest bit off. You don't want to take too much off because you'll end up making your bracelet too short. And another one of those. And this is what it's looking like so far. And I'm going to go ahead and continue and do that. And I will be back just as soon as I've got it all threaded and ready to go. Okay. So I've got this all strung up. And I left room because I want to tie it. And I want to put that little dangle on there. And I know I don't have very much in this bead stopper or bead bug. So I stuck the other bead bug on there because I don't want those to fall off while I'm showing you how to make the little dangle. Now, the little dangle, I'm just going to use a little eye pin and the 2 beads I showed you. And what I'm going to do is I want this on the bottom. So I'm going to put on my little round druzy bead a little silver flower cap, bead cap, and my little melon bead. Now, I don't have a lot of room there, but I just want to make a small little loop, so I'm taking my little loop pliers. And I'm just going to turn that on that loop. And normally I would bend this back and then bend it through again, but I'm not going to do that because I have such a small working surface at the moment. I just want to make a little secure loop. Hopefully I left myself enough room. And I don't think I did. Let me just work that real quick. It's a little fiddly because I don't have a lot of room. I've got to pull the beads down some and just make sure I have the room I need to work. I want to make sure it's closed all the way. So I'm going to get one of my pliers that's bent down, and I'm just going to close it up. You want to be careful. You don't want to crack your beads because this is really close to the beads. I usually leave a little more room than that. I don't need a big spot down here. I just want a little one to keep that bead on there. Make sure I didn't crack my bead. Nope, we're good. The bead's in good shape. And there's what you've got. So now we're going to take my bead bug off of here. And we could just slip that dangle right on there. Actually, I might want that to dangle a little bit more. So I'm going to grab a jump ring. There's my little ones. I'm just going to take a small, because I just wanted to have some room to move around a little. Take one of those. Going to take our pliers. And we're going to twist to open, don't pull apart. And that's wrong plier. Don't pull, you twist one each way so that it retains its shape. And you can just put that right on there. And close it up. Just make sure it's closed all the way, nice and secure. You don't want somebody buying it and then it falling off, or you don't want to wear it yourself and have it fall off. So now I can just put that jump ring, put this right through that jump ring. There you go. You got that little dangle. And you can always make it dangle more, or, you know, but that's all I'm going to do on it. I just want a little dangle for a little bit of focus. And now here comes the hard part for me. Knotting. And it's just a basic knot. It's nothing special, nothing hard. My fingers just don't always like doing it. But with this stretch cord, it's usually not too bad because you can stretch the cord out. And it's just I just fold it under once, give it a pull, and then tie it like you would tie anything else. You can do a basic square knot. You can do a surgeon's knot. Just so long as it's going to be secure and not come apart. Okay, there we go. I think I've got it. And just pull it tight. I like to give it a good pull. And then I always pull this way to make sure it's not going to come undone. And all you got to do is snip off those little ends. If I've got room, I'll hide this knot inside a bead. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But I like to cut them as short as I can without undoing the knot. And then I'll pull it again and make sure I didn't get it too close and that it's not going to come out of there. And there it is. You've got a little bracelet. Didn't take but a few minutes to make it. And it's very pretty. I like it. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, subscribe, share. All those lovely things, especially the likes and the subscribe, will help to get my videos out to others and help my station grow, so I do appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all being here. If you like the bracelet, got any comments for me, go ahead and leave them down there in comments, and I will see you all in a few days.